have fade, but there's no fade like this. Some of them may have fade, but there's no fade like this.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Dream Radio 92.9 with your host, Michelle Hunter. And we will jump right back into the interview with Gifted, the Flamethrower.
Salutations.
All right. And can you introduce yourself formally to us? What is your official name?
Gifted the Flamethrower.
Gifted the Flamethrower. And I'm excited because I do know this gentleman personally, and I know he's doing a lot of great things in the community. And I'm just going to throw out some titles. You can tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm right.
Okay.
You are a teacher, a minister, a mentor, a community advocate. And just let us know, because we're going to kind of just dive right in, but I just kind of want you to tell us a little bit more about what you're currently doing right now.
Oh, man. I'm watching movies, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Just living. I'm just living life, man. I try to make myself be as available as I possibly can. My philosophy is when I die, I want to die in. So I want to pour out as much as I can pour out, so that way when it's over and done with, I did my job. So I'm just getting busy. Whatever that looks like. Prison ministry, teaching, music, consulting, helping other artists, younger artists. I do it all. Whatever I can do, I do.
That is amazing. A man of many hats, and you are on a road, not like many people, they wear a lot of hats, but they're just all the way out there. One of the questions that, because I do interview Christian and secular artists, tell me why you chose Christian, or are you in the genre of Christian?
Absolutely. I'm a Christian rapper. I'm not caught up in that. I'm a rapper that happens to be Christian. Man, call me what you want, don't call me connect. You know what I'm saying? I asked God in 1999 when I started doing Christian rap, I asked God, look, you know how I want to sound. So God gave me a gift to make sure that my music is not too street to where I lose the church. It's not so church to where I lose the street. So I'm able to fit right in that pocket. You know what I'm saying? But overall, my worldview is God. I want to get people to the cross. I want to get people encouraged. And at the same time, I want you to be entertained. Every record is not going to be this deep outpouring of the epistles of Paul. Some records I got is just for you to jam. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what that is. I ain't caught up in that, man. In 1999, I started, and I was the second rapper at first. I've been rapping since I was 8 years old, so I mean, been doing it for a very long time. Had opportunity in New Orleans to sign with Take 4 Records.
Oh, wow.
Writing music, choreographer. I used to dance too. I still got that two-step. Then I went on to Smoke One Records with Trey A, Zeta, Mukes, Pastor Mukes. He was the CEO of that. That company was the first company to do a joint venture with Master P. Wow. And from there, 99 hit and started going to church. And so that was everything that I tried to do, even no matter what my pen was, I would never rap about something that I wouldn't do. So it's either I did it, I would do it, I was right next to somebody doing it. And so when I started going to church, I couldn't merge those messages. I wasn't in the streets like that anymore. I'm at church Sunday morning, Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursday and Friday. So it's like, I'm not outside like that anymore. So that I couldn't do it anymore. So at that point, I was like, I got to make this transition. But I still didn't really know how to make the transition. So at that time, I passed to Dwayne Johnson. He was a real encouragement, let us do some raps, and that was that. So that's why I made that switch.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty powerful too, because most people aren't real about it. They kind of straddling the fence. So
yeah, I couldn't.
So would you say, because you are a teacher, right? How long have you been
7 years.
7 years?
8th grade. 6, 7, and 8th grade.
Okay. Yeah. Does that give you a platform for the younger people who are kind of confused on what they do or what they're supposed to do?
Honestly, I have a different way of doing it. I try to hide the fact that I'm a rapper as much as possible because I want them to see the education side. I have a business degree and I have a master's in education. So that's the thing that I want to introduce to them first. Of course they find out. No matter what I do, eventually they start Googling and they see the Instagram like, oh, Mr. Phil, you rap. I do. You know what I'm saying? But I also got a master's in education. I want you to focus on that. Reason being because for us, our people, for minorities, That's all we know is sports and music.
Right.
So I don't want to lead off with that. Although I am the stereotype, I'm music and I love music, so I'm not against it. But I don't want to lead with that. So I try my best to keep that separate, but it always comes out. So I don't hide it. I just don't lead off with that. But yes, it definitely gives me an edge. It makes me the cool teacher. You know what I'm saying? And I teach English, so I love reading and writing. So it's real easy to merge the art form of just writing, you know, because I've been doing it all my life, so it helps. Yeah.
Okay. And that'll lead me right into what I was going to ask next, because of the fact that you're around so many children. You see, like, we all see it, like the music industry now is just, what would you say? I'm going to let you, because I try to stay biased because I'm in the music industry and I'm on PR side. So what do you see with the
They know, ain't nobody stupid out here, man. Music is, there's no other language like, especially hip-hop. I will argue, I'll go out and say that I believe that hip-hop probably has done more for racial relationships than Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Claudette Colvin, and all of the above. Like, I've been to Brazil where they only speak Portuguese, and once that beat come on, they can catch it. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask anybody to say the ABCs, they're going to sing the song. They're not going to just say A, B, C. So music is powerful, right? And so it's the biggest influence that we have as a culture. Everything you do is music, whether you having a barbecue, whether you about to make love, whether you about to murder somebody, whether you drinking and chilling, you got a song that's going to go with that moment. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I grew up in it, and everybody else is growing up in it. You know, coming from New Orleans, the clothes we wore, the drinks we drunk, the weed we smoked, the guns we carried, all was because a rapper did it.
Right.
And that's everywhere. And that's, anybody try to deny that, you just living in a fantasy world. Right. So it's like, they know. You know what I'm saying? Music is, it creates this commercial. And that's what it is. It's marketing at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And whatever that artist is marketing, that's what the masses go by. So, I mean, that's the power of music. And so that's why I stand in the place where I stand at, to go against that power.
Okay.
And music is powerful.
So with that, I mean, because music is the universal language. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Absolutely.
So do you ever come across somebody to where you would just realize that, you tell them, like, this music is destroying us, or this music is making us better, or do you just kind of fall back?
No, that's my everyday conversation. That's everyday. That's every day.
Okay.
And I've had this with the upper echelons, with the Talib Kweli's, Pusha T, Trader True, Bun, that's my man. You know, I got a song with Bun B, you know what I mean? So, you know, this is an everyday conversation, but I'm not disrespectful.
Right.
You know, it's just a conversation. Like, and they know 9 times out of 10, most artists will tell you, one, I'm not a role model. Other artists will say it's not my job to raise your children, which they're right. Other ones will lean towards the parental advisory sticker, which goes to, it ain't my job to raise you. So I get the argument. It's not Lil Wayne's job to raise my child. That's my job. But however, I want to have the conversation to say that you do have a responsibility. Absolutely. Whether you want to accept it or not. If I'm walking across Highway 6 and I see a kid about to get hit by a car, I'm going to reach out and grab that kid, whether I know the kid or not. So I look at it the same way. If you know you have a message that's destroying the community that you say you love, we all rep our hoods. We got our hoods tattooed on us. We got gang signs. We wear hats. So if you really love your hood, then why would you want to be a part of destroying your hood? It make you walk away and think, you know what I'm saying? So doing a lot of secular events, I've literally had artists come to me and apologize. Like, come to me and being like, man, I want to do this, but I don't know how. And I get it, because paper ain't the same. Absolutely. And it's hard to walk away from making 20, 30, 40 bands a show to getting $50, 500 if you're lucky. So I get it. I'm just respectful across the board, but we will have an honest conversation.
That's good.
That's how I rock.
That's good. Yeah. So if somebody was looking at this video right now, they're an aspiring artist, and it is the truth. Like, in gospel, Christian, they, for some reason, a lot of them don't pay as much as what the secular world is going to do. What would you tell them as, like, a word of encouragement, just to, like, I know you said you aren't classified as a mentor or you're trying to tell them what to do, but what would you tell them to keep them encouraged to stay on the Christian route?
If they're trying to chill out, get a job.
Get a job.
I mean, you know, you got to be Clark in. That's regardless of what kind of creative you're trying to be. Until that creation is able to sustain your lifestyle, get a job. Take that stress off.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as dealing with music and somebody that's trying to do that, if we talking just on the godly level, right? You gotta understand that that might not be your calling. You know, everybody wants to be Joel Osteen, but you know, some people just gonna be right there in that little storefront church for their whole other career. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure you are hearing the voice of God for your life first. That's first and foremost. God has a perfect will, he has a permissive will. So you gotta tap in with that first. And that's gonna help you navigate what you call success. You know what I'm saying? For me, whether I'm in front of 2 people or whether I'm in front of 2 million people, I'm gonna do the assignment that God has given me. So that's speaking on the godly view. That's what I tell them. You gotta know what God is calling you to do, because a lot of times we try to oppose God.
Right.
We have these gifts and we feel like the world ain't gonna move without our gifts, and we sacrifice everything trying to force something. But if God give you a vision, he gonna give you provision. If that provision ain't there, that don't mean that he's saying no, but he's saying nah right now. So you married, you got your wife probably hates your mixtape, dog. Don't go to the studio on your night building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lengthy conversation, but that's what I would say to a godly artist. To a secular artist, it's really the same thing, bro. Like, you gotta make sure you sustain your lifestyle before your creativity gets in the way and wrecks it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's powerful.
Yeah.
So, let us know, is your music specifically for a certain age group? Is it for all people? Tell us a little bit more about, like, what even inspires you to do your music?
Nah, my music is for 8 to 80. You know what I'm saying? I am the anti-drug. You know what I'm saying? I am the alternative to, I'm not gonna say no secular artist names, but I'm gonna just say I am the opposite of it. You know what I'm saying? And so 8 to 8, anybody can jam. Now, I have some conversations that obviously more mature people will understand. I'm not Barney, Pee Wee Herman. Well, not Pee Wee Herman, that's children. But I'm not Big Bird, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't do that kind of music, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's from 8 to 80, man. You can put my record on, anybody can jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what projects are you working on right now?
Man, I'm always writing is my therapy. So I'm always writing, but right now I'm working on 2 albums.
Okay.
Right now I have one album called, never told anybody this, Big Six. So the idea behind that is the Big Six for the domino is the start of the game. It's a spinner. Okay. And so I feel like what I'm doing is starting something. So I got one album called Big Six. I have another one called Keys of Life. So I got like 40 songs in the tuck. I'm always working. I'm dropping the song May 3rd called It's Alright. So I mean, I just put out another song called Everlasting Fate. I just do music, so that's what I'm working on. But if you just like go to my website, go to Spotify, wherever you go to, you gonna always see something new coming from me.
Okay, all right, and we're gonna make sure we drop all your information so people can connect with you. Outside of your music and teaching, is there anything else? Like if somebody needed mentorship, or what do you do in the community to help men or women or children? What do you do?
I'm outside. I do a lot of prison ministry, but anybody that I run across, I mean, I don't have like a consulting business or nothing like that. If we connect, you reach out to me, I got time, I'm gonna help you with whatever I can help you with. Okay. I mean, that's what it's about. You know, people help me, so I want to help people. Yeah. And it don't matter what you need help with. It can be marriage, your kids, music, work, whatever. I have a lot of experience. I don't know everything. I'm not the sharpest pencil in the box by no means. But I have a lot of life experience. So, you know, reach out to me. And I mean, if I can help, I can help. Or if not, I can point you in the direction. I know a lot of people that do a lot of different things. Okay. So I show love.
All right. And I do know, I heard you mention Brazil, so you've traveled like all around the world doing this. And is that something you will continue to do, or are you just trying to stay within the local area?
I know, I get busy. You can go from here to New Orleans to Canada to Russia. Yeah, wherever there's the booking, and they're paying for it because I'm not coming for free whatsoever.
That's right.
The Bible says that the labor deserves is high. Right. And that's what I do, man. I do ministry, I do music. You know, we have a good time. So whatever that is, that can be at Walmart, it can be in Las Vegas, I don't care, man. You put the speakers on, give it a microphone, or not, no microphone. We gonna get busy.
That's awesome. Yeah. And that to me says humility, because a lot of people, they say, and I'm all for getting paid, but the part of, if I don't get a microphone, I'm not doing it. If there's not more than 10 people there, I'm not doing it.
Oh, yeah.
So do you feel like God favors you and opens more doors because of the fact that you keep that humility? And is that something you would tell other people, like if they're really trying to be a great artist or even just get a platform, they need to have a certain sense of humility?
You definitely have to have a certain sense of humility, but there is a necessary hubris that's necessary, right? Depending on what your business model is. Okay. There is I'm gonna answer that 2 ways, right? On the garden side, obviously there's no compromise. Humility is everything, right? But take away the garden worldview, you talk about business. It can be a danger. Yes. You perform in front of 5 people. That because if things don't go right, the speaker's not right, people are not going to judge that venue. They're going to judge you. That's right. So I'm real careful with that. You know, that's just what I choose to do. But there's some artists, their presentation have to be a certain way, and that's their brain. And so I'm real careful with that. You know what I mean? Again, from a godly worldview, none of that should matter. But if you are in the music business, it's a business, and we can't pretend like it's not a business. If you don't want to sell your music, then just give it all away. But don't say you're in the music business. Just say you do music. However, you're going to have a hard time paying for studio time, paying for beats, paying for videos. You need money for that stuff. The Bible says money answers all things, but the love of money is the root of all evil. So we're not going to pretend like we don't need people. So again, for me, you know, I do my thing, but I'm not going to just put that out there and say that my way is the end all be all. I'm not going to say that because some people, God does everything in decency and in love. That's right. I just leave it at that. You got to figure out what God wants you to do.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand correctly, there does have to be a level of professionalism, 100%. A business mindset, 100%. Even in music.
Especially in the church, we're the most judgmental people known to man. I mean, the Christian army is the only army that'll kill is wounded. You know what I'm saying? You stand in front of people, the speakers going out, the mic going out, they're going to be looking at you like you stupid. They're going to care. That's what you talking about. And they're going to go, man, that's whack, man. That sounds terrible, man. And you can be like, but I'm talking about Jesus. They don't care, man. So, I don't let nobody play that kind of game with me. You know what I mean? So, there is and when you study the Bible, man, God didn't just say stuff. God said, I want this color. I want that kind of wood. I want it to be that long. Do it for this many days. God was very direct. So that's a long conversation. God does everything in decency and in order. So you can't offer up no strange sacrifice to God. God give you something, you gotta treat that thing the right way, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man.
I mean, that's good. And it's funny because we had a couple of guests, we were talking about music and ministry. And it was the same thing. Like, sometimes it's just thrown in any kind of way. But it's good because you bring insight to people who feel like, well, I'm a singer, or I'm a musician, or I'm a minister, and I can just present myself any kind of way. But there still has to be.
As a matter of fact, there's a big church here in Houston. I ain't gonna say who, what, when, where, and how. But I got booked there 3 times, right? And like just, And so the first time I came, they had this big flat screen TV, a floor model though. One of the old joints. But it didn't work.
Oh, wow.
And it had a DVD player where you had to guess like what the number was, right?
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, all right, cool, we're gonna make it happen. So we did that. Came back maybe a couple of months later. It's the same thing. Now keep in mind, this church is fire. The sanctuary is off the chain. But you treating these youth like they're red-headed stepchildren, you know what I'm saying? So after that second time, I told my the lady I was handling my booking, hey, I'm not coming back there. For 2 reasons. One, I ain't like the spirit. 2, we're not gonna keep on allowing my presentation to be presented like that. Yeah, man. So you gotta protect yourself, even from young people.
That's good. Because at the end of the day, like you said, it's gonna point back to you, not the ministry. You're the artist at that particular time. That is 100%. That's really good. So if you could talked about the 2 albums dropping. We talked about the things you do in the community. Tell me about what prison outreach is like when you go there.
That's my favorite, man. I love being in that cage. You know what I mean? I don't like jail for me.
Right.
Shout out to the homies, man. The longest I've been in jail was 3 days, 72 hours. I was up in there lifting weights, writing letters, trying to come home.
Right.
But prison ministry, man, that's my heart. You know, I got a couple of people that I roll with. One is Charm Ministry. Another one is Don't Forget the Forgotten. And man, we go in and we get busy, man. It's like Darrington. I go to Darrington and beat up for 10 hours.
Oh, wow.
Morning to night. We go in, play basketball, volleyball, football, have lunch with them, eat the same food. Sometimes we might bring food, do a concert with them.
Wow.
So, I mean, you know, matter of fact, we starting something up now with Don't Forget the Forgotten with Pastor Ernesto with Kingdom Music. Friday, we're going to the Pulaski unit in Livingston, Texas.
Okay.
And we're going to be there once or twice a month and just kicking it with them, you know, doing like a 2-hour Bible study conversation type of thing. So that's a real right place because there ain't much else for them to do.
Right.
So it's not a lot of distractions, so you have the attention, you know, and so I love it, man, because the harvest is right, it's less distractions, and it's so many good people in jail. Even the Bible tells us, don't forget the prisoners. You know, we have a lot of good people that just made a bad decision for 60 seconds. And the truth be told, we all 60 seconds away from some terrible stuff. You know,
that's right.
That's prison ministry, man. It's my favorite form of ministry. I would do that until the day that I die. I'm gonna do ministry till the day that I die, but that's at the top of the list. I love going to kick it with the homies.
And if somebody wanted to be part of that, is there like a process to join you guys?
I can point you in a million directions. You know, we need more. Look, because truth be told, again, I'm not trying to be racial, but when you go into these places, it's 70, 80-year-old white people. They going. Say what you want, say they in there with them people.
Right.
So, but, you know, we know incarceration rate is us, minorities, black and brown people. So we need that. These people need to see something they can identify with. So anybody is welcome to come. Of course, there has to be a conversation to make sure you got the right mindset, you got the right heart, you know, and but now you can get plugged in, Charm Ministry, Don't Forget the Forgotten, and there's a whole bunch of other ones, man. Anybody can get plugged in. Hit me up, I'll point you in the direction, because we need more people to go behind the walls and talk to them. So that way we can get rid of the recidivism rate, because 007, you know 007 that I rap with, he has a podcast. You know, that's the main thing. It's called the Progression Pod. And the main thing he talks about is recidivism. You know, like getting people to get off that cycle. So we got to step in and help them. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. We need people to be a part of it, especially women.
Okay.
Yeah, we need women big time.
So y'all heard it here. We need men and women. Yeah. And y'all can reach out to Gifted and get that
I'll point you in the direction. Yeah, easy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And I mean, I'm just excited. It's like, I'm sure it's just so much we can talk about. Yeah. But I just want to make sure that since you are a minister at heart and music, is that what drives pretty much because that's what it sounds like. Everything that you do is you put it in your own words. Yeah, my worldview is extremely biased. I'm gonna live, die by Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, period. That's it for me. It may not be it for nobody else. I don't even waste time with all that. That's how I rock. And I've been rocking like that since 99. It ain't letting me wrong yet. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to some people that say, boy, you a slave. Like a slave to what? You know what I'm saying? To treating my neighbor right, leaving inheritance for my kids, don't steal. I mean, that's a good thing to be a slave. So that's my worldview. I don't know nothing else. I make sure that I'm not so spiritual to where I'm no earthly good. And I make sure I'm not so earthly to where I'm no spiritual good. You know, I live in the real life, you know, and there's people that are going through real things, and somewhere down the line, we mix church up, you know what I'm saying? We done made church to where it's like a museum for perfect people. Right. But church is supposed to be a hospital for sick people. That's what it is. I'm supposed to be able to come to church with my illness, with my sickness, and get the help that I need, be welcomed with daps and hugs, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how I want to present to people whenever they meet me. I ain't got to even preach a sermon, but you're going to know it's something different about me. I try to lead with love because love is the strongest force in the universe, and love is God. So, yeah, that's my worldview, and that's how I'm getting down. I don't know nothing else. And see, and that leads me right into like my last question about, I know there are many people who they always say that something must have happened to get you to love God the way that you love God, or the fact that you run after God. But like, speak to those people who like, they really do love God, but they ran into situations where they don't feel like church is gonna receive them. Yeah. Like, what would you say to them to just get them right back in there and working for God?
That's a dope question. To keep it simple, church is like chicken, right? Mm-hmm. They got Kentucky, you got Timmy Chan's, Popeyes, churches. You got to find your flavor for one.
That's good.
And also, we got to get away from broad generalizations, because this one church over here was trash and messed over you, or messed over your grandma, or messed over your cousin. That don't mean the other gazillion churches is the same way. You know what I mean? You gotta find your flavor. Church is 100% necessary, because the Bible says, do not forsake the assembly of ourselves. We need community. We were not designed to be alone. Now, one may argue, I ain't got to go to church. Ooh, I can do that. That's true. I mean, when Jesus sacrificed himself, the veil was ripped. So you don't need, Jesus is your only advocate to the Father, 100%. Mm-hmm. But you still need that community. That's so good. I would just encourage anybody that's at that fork in the road, just visit, go to different churches, and you gonna know home. God is your Father, man. Like our grandmothers taught us, don't question God. That's stupid. Not disrespecting, brother, you know what I'm saying? But that's your Father, man. Right. You know, talk to him, tell him how you feeling. Mm-hmm. Tell him you ain't feeling this, you ain't feeling that. And the Holy Spirit is a gentleman, and it's going to lead you the way you need to lead, but you got to get busy. You got to be proactive. Just start visiting different places, and when you walk in that thing, you're going to know home. You're going to know it. Yeah.
And we just have one question come in. So with that same mindset you were just talking in, like, have you ever dealt with church hurt? And is that how you would speak to them, or is that how you bring them back just with what you said?
Yeah, of course I dealt with church hurt, man. I've been smacked, abused. Man. That's a part of it. Yeah. I can deal with church hurt. I can deal with hurt in the streets. I can deal with this hurt, that hurt. Life is yin and yang. Nothing is perfect. Right. Nothing, like I said earlier, church is a hospital for sick people. Mm-hmm. Everybody in that thing sick. Right. From the pastor on down. Right. So it's like, nothing is perfect. Mm-hmm. Anywhere you go, man, it's going to be some messed up stuff. Right. You got the right to be like, I'm going to tolerate this, but I'm not going to tolerate that. It's the 80-20 rule. You're going to get 80% of what you want, what you need, but there's going to be 20% of some foolishness you just got to deal with. Right. That's dealing with your children, your husband, your wife, your boss, your pastor, whoever. So, yeah, man, that was not church hurt, but church is just a thing. At the end of the day, God says, I'm in heaven. Earth is my footstool. That building, Jesus only ministered for 3 years. That's it. If he was that concerned about a building, he would have built that. That ain't what he did. He told Peter, look, homie, I'm going to make you my rock. I'm going to build a church on you. So what we doing right now is church. Right. So stop judging God because of what the parking lot attendant did, because of what the pastor did. That ain't God, man. Me, including me. If you run with me enough, I'm going to do something that's going to misrepresent God 100%. You know what I'm saying? But don't judge God off of our bad behavior. Let God be God, man. Like, we always just out here trying to figure it out. So forget that church hurt stuff. That's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And if you get in a spot where it's too much for you to go, that's why they got 30 million other churches. 30 million other pastors. Right. One of them going to be 100. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, man, keep moving. Don't judge God based off of human beings' bad behavior.
That is awesome.
Don't do that.
That is awesome. So, I mean, to round it up, like, as long as you keep your eyes on God, like...
That's it. You can't move. But don't be no fool, though. You know, God gave you 5 senses. Like, if something ain't right, it ain't right. Right. Only you know how much of that ain't right, you can tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff, you just pack stuff and run. Yes. Because some of these people out here crazy. Right. And you gotta understand it crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't be crazy with it. So, but again, they got 30 million other places that you can go. Right. Church is a beautiful thing. You need that community. You need to plug in with like-minded people. Surround yourself with that tribe, because life is hard. It's hard, man. And you cannot do this by yourself. You need like-minded people to walk with you. And I feel like godly people would be the best thing to walk with.
That is powerful. That is really powerful, because I know the scripture, gather with, I'm not a scripture person, but it's a certain.
It's all right. I'm sure we're gathering.
But a lot of people, they'll use that as, I just won't go to church at all. But I love the fact that it's almost like a command. Like if you love God, you gave them the outlet. If it gets that bad, you get out. But you have to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Think about it. Whenever you get angry, hurt, depressed, anything negative, you just want to be by yourself.
Right.
And the old people told us that the idle mind is the devil workshop. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you can't be by yourself. You need to do life with people.
That is
with people. You need to do life with people. Yeah.
That is good. And that's powerful. And like I said, I could go on and on and on because I'm thinking about 1,000 other questions.
Hey, man, I'm here, man.
But I don't want to take up all your time. I just want you to just look in the camera one last time and just like whatever God is leading you to say right now, because we talked about your projects. We're going to link like all the ways to contact you. But I just feel like you have something to tell our audience tonight about, like, I mean, it could be whatever, but just a word of encouragement, just hang in there.
Yeah, that's it. What you just said. Hang in there, man. It's hard. Yeah. The Bible says that we got to endure hardness as good soldiers for Jesus Christ. God promised us process, not perfection. Your mama gonna die, your daddy gonna die, your cousin gonna go crazy, your child gonna run away, you might get diabetes, he might get cancer, he may get laid off. Life is going to happen. We are living in a fallen world. Just stay encouraged, keep going, count the cost, and know that God has a plan. All you gotta do is walk that thing down. You go feeling the pain. I got these tattoos, pure pain. That's what that means, pure pain. When you working out, that mess hurts.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's going to be a beautiful result. When a woman is giving birth, that mess hurts. I never gave birth, obviously. I got 6 kids, been around it a lot, right? So, but at the end of the day, when that baby pop out, it's a beautiful thing. So, life is a pure pain, man. Walk it down. And joy will come in the morning, guaranteed. God got you.
That was awesome. So y'all heard it here, Mr. Gifted, the flamethrower. Like, I'm excited that you came, and like you really have blessed me. And I'm not that really super spiritual person, but like it really was powerful, and I know you helped a lot of people. And what I'm gonna leave it with is process, not perfection. That sounds like a book, a movie, like all of it all together. So like I really appreciate you, and
I appreciate you, man.
And we're gonna make sure we tag all this information so y'all can get connected, and like God bless you.
And wait, and let me give you some flowers, man. You've been, man, look, everything you do is an excellence, man. So you keep going, you keep moving, because media, marketing, consulting, all your gifts is necessary for the marketplace, you know what I'm saying? So I thank you for inviting me on your platform. I ain't nothing special, man. I'm just out here doing me. So I appreciate you taking time out your schedule to talk to me, you know what I'm saying? So feeling is mutual.
To God be the glory. Thank you so much. And I thank everybody who has tuned in to Dream Radio 92.9, and we look forward to airing this interview.
Yeah.
Something I may have faith, but there's no faith like this. Something I may have faith, but there's no faith like this. Something I may have faith, but there's no faith like this. Something I may have faith, but everlasting faith. Everlasting faith. Everlasting faith. I can walk on water, even make it rain in Southern California. Get a haircut from a blind dog, but accept any challenge, I don't dodge no charges. I put my face on display like a work of art. I live like a Valentine, love them all hard. When trouble show his face, I does no ducking. I stand through it all like the pyramids done it. Raised on the West Bank, New Orleans, give me town. I ain't never been scared, I'm king and cone. Every day I live up in Bird Park, in the winner's name of a second or third. It's action, tell Jax, man, he okay. The man in the mirror told me do it God's way. Cause man never high stepper forever me. Got my attitude in everlasting faith. Everlasting faith. on the track.